The orca lives in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the mighty Pacific and beyond. This whale's story is the ocean's story, and it is one we all share.
Welcome to SeaWorld's Orca Encounter. My name is Ella, and I'm so honored to introduce you to this intriguing and majestic animal. We hope this Orca encounter will help you better understand these magnificent creatures and all that they represent.
While they are found in every ocean, orcas living off the coast of Iceland are quite different than those near Costa Rica. In fact, there are at least 10 types or ecotypes of killer whales. An ecotype describes the differences between killer whales' size, physical form, prey, social structure, and habitat. As you can see, the differences are subtle, but noticeable when compared side by side. Orcas are adapted perfectly to their environments. And even the whale's black and white coloration has a purpose. It camouflages the outline of their bodies in the water, making it easier for them to surprise and catch their prey. When viewed from above, the black of the whale blends in with the dark depths of the ocean. When viewed from below, the orca's white bellies match the brighter surface of the water, blending with the light above, giving them the perfect camouflage.
You broke it now. You broke it.
Oh, yeah. Manu. Mana? Mana?
Killer whales really are a natural wonder, and Makani here is going to help me show you some of their physical characteristics. Designed for getting a quick breath at the surface. Even the location of their eyes works to their advantage. It looked like his eyes were in that white patch, but that's a visual distraction. The eyes are actually in the black area in front of the white patch, camouflage from thrashing prey. The fin on the back of the whale is called a dorsal fin, which helps stabilize orcas when they swim and helps them regulate their body temperature. And the flippers on either side of the orca's body are called pectoral flippers and are mainly used for steering and stopping. Pectoral flippers have 5 bony digits inside them, just like the human hand. and the lobes on either side of the tail are called flukes. The tail fluke is the killer whale's engine, propelling them close to 30 miles per hour. That's as fast as our speedboats. But they swim the fastest and they use the most power when propelling their nearly 10,000-pound bodies all the way up and out of the water.
Killer whales are highly social animals with a well-defined social structure. An orca pod is always led by a female. Though just half the size of her male counterpart, she is in charge. It's all about attitude, not size. Because they live and work as a group, orcas need to communicate with sounds and body language. Orcas use clicks for echolocation or navigation. Whistles to socialize in the pod. And calls for group coordination and hunting. Vocal development studies here at SeaWorld show that early on, calves learn vocalization from their mothers. But as they grow, they learn from others close to them as well. This is a bottlenose dolphin call that Shuka learned and even taught other killer whales here at SeaWorld. In fact, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family. Whales here and in the wild use vocalization to communicate all the time.
Like all animals, killer whales use body language as a part of their communication. Pectoral flaps are used to show dominance or to get noticed. For example, a mother may use a pec flap to get her calf's attention. But if they really want to be heard, they reach. Spy hopping is how killer whales coordinate and get a better view of their surroundings when they hunt. The killer whale uses in the wild. So it's no wonder they're at the top of the ocean's food chain.
Killer whales work together to rear their young, protect their pod, and most importantly, pursue and catch their prey. Every day they cooperate to survive in the wild oceans of the world. The orca's hunting techniques are as varied as the whales themselves. Norwegian killer whales will circle herring, herding them together. The whales use sounds to coordinate with each other and to disorient the herring. With the fish confused and contained, the whales stun them with their powerful tail flukes, making for an easy meal.
Will capture sea lions by pulling them right off the beach. Kalia is going to show you a similar behavior and movement right here in front of you. Antarctic orcas create waves that wash over floating ice, knocking seals into the water. Makani is showing you this wave-making technique right in the front of the pool, demonstrating one of the many complex and impressive hunting abilities killer whales have developed around the world. Crashing in front of us. You can't really imagine the amount of water displaced until you experience it firsthand. And luckily for all of you guys tonight, we have a volunteer that's coming down to feel the power of these waves made by the whales. Come on down, guys. Can we get some encouragement for her? You're going to be a great seal. It's only a little bit of 55-degree water. Go ahead and have a seat. Yep, perfect. You can hold on to that handle right now. Just like this. Good job. All right. We got a brother-sister duo coming over. This is going to be Makani and Kalia, okay? All right, and I'm just going to scooch this way. And here they come. It's no surprise killer whales eat all types of prey, including other whales. The blue whale on screen is the largest animal on Earth. It is 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than an orca. So how did the killer whale, the size of Makani and Kalia, prey on a whale that size out in the wild? It's all because killer whales are the ultimate team players.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround a sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator.
Everyday life for killer whales. It's how they teach their young to hunt and continue to practice their skills as they grow. Orcas spend lots of time interacting and showing off their playful sides, both in the wild and here in SeaWorld. Porpoising is when an orca swims fast at the surface, breaking out of the water briefly. You'll see them doing this when catching a ride in the wake of a boat or whales imitate each other in the wild. We see it here at SeaWorld all the time. The whales are always mimicking and learning from each other. Playful behavior has a purpose. A tail whip is used in hunting to stun fish. But today, I have a feeling these orcas might just be stunning all of you. We interact with our whales all day, every day, which allows us to share trusted relationships and provide optimal research, healthcare, and quality of life. The whales here play an active role in their own health and well-being. You can see up below the screen, Makani is showing his tail to his trainer. They have a major blood vein that runs through those flukes, so that could be really helpful when we need to take blood samples. They'll also slide out onto a scale so that we can monitor their weight, just like you see Orkid doing up on screen. Sample from their blowhole because of the relationship we have built day after day here at SeaWorld. And now if you all would please join me in welcoming up Makani. We'll give him a big round of applause in a second to get started. The whales you've been seeing tonight are Makani and Kalia. They are a brother-sister duo, and it is actually Kalia's 18th birthday today. Yeah, very exciting. But they live here together with 6 other whales who have inspired millions of people, hopefully including all of you, to want to care and conserve their wild counterparts and the oceans we all share. We encourage the whales every day to learn new things, to engage and stimulate their minds. Diet, exercise, and of course play help keep these whales in great shape.
The whales here at SeaWorld have helped killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with drone footage of killer whales in the wild, scientists are able to monitor the wild population's nutritional and reproductive states. Other research has been done here at SeaWorld on the mother whale's milk composition. This research will help create an effective model to understand how toxins in the ocean impact wild killer whales and their milk supply. What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by being here today, you've supported our rescue, research, and conservation efforts all around the world. If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Orcinus orca and this beautiful planet that we all share.